Hi, everybody. I was just having a moment of feeling really consciously thankful, I guess, for aspects of my transition, such as having top surgery. And I just wanted to share it, partly just for myself and in case this happened to be interesting or helpful to anybody else. So, I was thinking, like, I just had this moment where I thought, I I just feel so good in terms of who I am right now and my transition and the steps I've gone through. It's this amazing feeling. Like, for example, when I go out in the backyard where I have privacy, thankfully, so I can be out in the sunshine by myself and not have to think about my scars or anything. Like when I feel the sun on my back or my chest, and I have this chest, like I don't have my old chest that didn't feel good. I'm not wearing anything constricting, not even wearing a shirt. Like, it's kind of this almost like, I don't know, transcendent or spiritual kind of moment where I just feel so good and so thankful. Um, it just feels so right to me. It's like this is how things should be, and I just feel so lucky that I have that and that I can be aware of it. Because if you have something really good and you're not even aware of it, that doesn't really do you any good. Um, and what I wanted to mention is that for me, personally, I can only speak about myself, it makes such a difference to have had top surgery. Like, I say this because I'm reflecting on a thought that I sometimes had before I decided to transition, before I got top surgery, this was in the period of time when I was really over intellectualizing and overthinking everything about transition and gender. I thought, like, well, I mean, would top surgery be worth it? Like, do I really have to do that? Because, you know, in theory, I could go outside in the sun with my old chest. I mean, I could do that. There's no, if I'm in the privacy of my yard, there's no law holding me back from that. Um, so, yeah, I could feel the sun on my old chest, sure. Um, and sometimes I would think, oh, top surgery would be so nice because then I wouldn't have to wear a sports bra or a binder or anything like that. I would feel so free with just a t-shirt on or something. But then I would think, well, there's no law about wearing a binder or a bra. I mean, I don't have to do that. Or, that's what I thought in the past. Like when I had my old chest, I thought, well, I don't have to wear something constricting. I could go without. Maybe that would solve my problems. So I tried that like once or twice. It's so crazy to think about. Like I wore one of those sort of girl tank top kind of things, like with the skinny straps, and that had it did have sort of like a built-in bra kind of thing, but it was not tight at all. So yes, it did feel sort of freeing physically, but needless to say, it was like incredibly uncomfortable psychologically. So that was a very short-lived experiment. Um, so my point here is that um, for me, I'm of course learning that it was not about the issue of having to wear something constricting. It was not about being allowed to go outside without a top on or not. Because I could have done those things before, but even doing such things before my top surgery, I did not ever get this really good, true, special feeling that I get now, when I feel like I have, at least in this area, I have my right body. And I think maybe sometimes for people it can be hard to grasp how important that is. And I think it was hard for me to grasp before I experienced it, because before I experienced it, I was like, well, I mean, I used to say to myself, like, oh, I'm okay with my body, like, it's alright, so maybe I should just not bother transitioning. But now, having experienced that feeling of feeling so good in my body and feeling so good about how I look, at least sometimes, it's really a big deal. It's a bigger deal than I could have thought that it would be in the past before I had actually experienced it. Yeah, and I guess, as I mentioned in a video from kind of a really long time ago, like, the way I see it, I feel like one of the positives of being trans is that we can be aware of stuff like that and be thankful for it. Like, it's pretty cool to be able to have these moments, that I have anyway, where I'm like, just some random moment during the day, I'm like, oh man, like, I feel so good about my current manifestation and my identity and how others see me and treat me. Like, it feels just so good. It's like the light shining down from heaven or something. So I've just the other day I was talking with somebody about gender, a cisgendered person, and you might know who you are if you're watching this, who said that she never, well, my understanding anyway, was that she doesn't really quite ever have that. I don't know, maybe because she doesn't have anything to compare her experience to? I don't know. And I'm sure, well, clearly there are certainly a lot of plus sides to being cisgendered and not having, or, like, fully having the body that feels good to you. Which, even though I have these moments of feeling good, I don't have all of it, down there. But what I was saying, my point here, is that at the same time, despite the difficulties of being trans, it is really cool to have that consciousness and to be able to be aware of those moments when you are thankful for whatever changes you've made or whatever the case may be. Because it's just a really good, like, thoroughly satisfying, meaningful feeling. So, yeah, so that's what I wanted to express, and then also, I just wanted to take one last moment to emphasize that, even though I've had probably worse than average scarring from my top surgery, which is disheartening, as I've said before, in the ways that I've just described, it is, like, beyond worth it. Beyond worth it. I mean, it's just amazing. Like, and I feel like maybe if you're not trans, or if you're transphobic or something like that, like, maybe you can't understand that, because I've had people give me comments on YouTube where it's like, why did you go through that and, like, ruin your chest? That's pointless, because you have scars. Like, no, it's the opposite of that. I mean, it would still be completely worth it to me even if I had worse scars. It's just the feeling of having what feels right to you. I mean, it's hard for me to even describe how significant that is. So, yeah, I'm very thankful, and for those of you out there who want surgery and haven't gotten it yet, well, I just send my best wishes to you, because if you get it someday, if you are somebody who wants it, that is, I think it'll just be really good for you, so I'm feeling hopeful for my homies out there. Anyway, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Bye.